All right.
All right. Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Real Estate. It is Monday, March 27th. Remarkably, this is episode 36. And we sure would appreciate it.
When I forget to do the make it big, you guys get dog porn.
Oh boy. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, smash the bell, and keep the subscriber count growing. We're cruising in on 500. We want to get there as soon as possible so we can set the next goal of 1,000. So smash that bell and make sure you subscribe.
Michelle asked me yesterday when I was getting rid of this thing, and I said I can't now. It's such a big part of the show.
I know it's an integral part of the show. Winifred, great rising to you.
Hey,
Daya, is that? I don't know. Is that a different language for good
something
morning?
dia, like good day, something like that?
Dia to you.
Is that Italian?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So my kids are home for a virtual day. I hope my internet holds up. All four of them are like either on Zoom or Microsoft Teams, etc. at the same time. So if you see me disappear or you see me talking with some random body to my right, it's because the school district decided a virtual day was a good idea on Monday, March 27th. Let's get into it. Mark, good morning. George, good morning. Today's going to be more of a housekeeping. I'm going to show a couple things, talk about a couple of things. We're not going to get too in-depth or tactical today, just as a heads up. Mike, good morning to you too.
But we'll have some fun. So question of the day, do you pick up every phone call when you're not busy, obviously? But if the phone rings and it's sitting next to you and you see it calling, you don't know who it is, do you pick it up or you just let it go to voicemail? Because I think there's a division in the industry, Josh. Some people say, pick up the damn phone. It's usually slightly older people, and they have a real good point, because when you pick up the phone, there's a lot of times there's money on the other end. And then the other side of that is kind of my approach, where, I mean, if you're not texting me, you don't exist if I don't know you. So
I will say that I used to be the latter of what you described, and maybe because I'm getting older, or maybe because I'm in the trenches, I don't know.
Answer it.
I answer when I can, and I return every missed phone call. If there's a red number on my iPhone, insert boomer reference by the guy above. If there's a red number, I will call back. And you know what? Many of the times, it was a spam call or a telemarketing call. I don't care, because all it takes is one a week or one a month or one a quarter that it was a client, and it's well worth it. And I have found by doing that, I limit those missed client opportunities, and I'll take the annoying whatever call. If it was that, I just block the number on my phone. But I think there's a ton of opportunity if you're the one picking up, because here's the thing: if it is a client and you are the one that picks up, they're now your client.
Yeah. Especially since we have our phone numbers on our websites and things like that. People do call.
Totally.
And I miss some things sometimes that I wish I had picked up on, and I have to apologize. So I get that side of the thing, of the equation. Now, I guess there's something to be said, Josh, for maybe forwarding your phone during business hours to an assistant if you have a bigger team, or to somebody who's going to be a live body, right? I'm sure some people are doing that as well.
And looking under the hood, Ryan and I have been talking about call tracking and auto text replies to phone numbers and stuff, and we're working on some cool stuff there.
Yeah.
I want to address, I don't know who this is, unfortunately, because of the Facebook user thing. Only if I recognize the number or return the call if they leave a message. Me personally, I would return the call even if they don't, because some people will call and won't leave a message. And I have found, again, I have personal experience with the fact of calling those numbers back, even though they didn't leave a voicemail, and they're like, oh yeah, I did what I was calling about, I was interested in this property, or we're thinking about selling, this property or this piece of land or whatever. Like there's opportunity in it. And, I'm sorry, it's part of the deal in this business, right? Like, yes, we want to leverage technology and work smarter, not just harder, but most of you want to have conversations with people and know that you're good when you have conversations. So make the
Phone's
best
the way to go.
Yeah, make the best of them when they're available to you.
And it's a way to take back the competitive advantage with all these kids doing those short form videos like Josh there. So maybe that's not you. They're not picking up the phone, so why not go ahead and do it?
What are your? Oops, we overwrote each other. What are your thoughts on using a different number for maybe Craigslist? CJ? What's CJ?
Might be CL.
That's what we're Ryan and I
about.
More Ryan than me. More from just thinking strategically, and Ryan from the technical aspect is having ways to track that stuff so that you can have actual data for what's working and also make sure that those aren't missed.
Yeah, that's the magic word, attribution. So if you have a Google ad running, we're going to talk about the Google ad at Forever Florida. If you have a Google ad running and you see that phone number pop up, you kind of know it's from the Google ad, stuff like that.
Totally. So good shout. Keep the comments coming. Do you answer your phone? Do you
All right.
answer your phone? Yeah.
So quick social post of the day, Josh. I've been loving Bigger Pockets. I almost forgot they existed. I was probably like reading and watching Bigger Pockets stuff probably in like 2009 or 2010, right?
Yeah.
They've been around forever. But if you guys need great content to share that can kind of on the investment side or can get people excited about buying real estate, the Bigger Pockets YouTube channel is just a treasure trove of stuff. And it's generally really good info. And you can spin it however. So I just posted on mine and on Forever Florida, just this webinar I was listening to. I think you guys should all listen to it too. But for me, I was feeling a little down, like there's a big market correction coming. We're going to see a 20-30% drop. This is just my opinion. And a lot of people are out there thinking the same thing. This webinar does a really good job of explaining why you should still be trying to do real estate deals, even in that environment. And he gives some really good specific tactics and things like that. So I just posted, you can do this with any content, not just this particular piece. Find a great YouTube video about real estate, post it to your social and spin it. Like, why should you watch this? So
again, just letting you peek underneath the hood. Ryan G chatted me, I don't know, Saturday or Sunday about things imploding. So you have an idea where his head's at. Yeah.
I think credit's going to freeze up. I really do. I think the banks are going to stop lending. So, and that'll cause us problems, all of us. But it'll also cause us lots of opportunities, right, Josh?
Yes, there's always opportunity. It's a matter of us working together to find it. That's another reason why I love getting on here every day. We get great comments, we get great feedback, and we can all work together to identify, as the market does whatever it does, where those opportunities lie, because there always is. And if you look at all of the worst markets ever, there were still transactions happening every single day. So somebody's going to be doing business, and it might as well be you and us.
Yeah. So I just dropped that in the Facebook group. If you want to watch that video and see the actual post language, you can just grab it verbatim if you want and post it to your socials today. And who knows, you might get somebody who's like, you know what, I was afraid of investing this year, but this kind of changed my mind, because it kind of got me more excited about buying more real estate, Josh.
One other quick note on Bigger Pockets. If nothing else, go there and create a free account, and you can create your own like free profile. Mark that you're a real estate agent, and you might get investors or possible investors in your market reaching out to you. Yeah. I can't guarantee that they will, but it's free. It doesn't hurt you to have a free account on there, a profile, and I think you can even link to certain things and stuff. So check that out. Especially if you're interested in the investor niche or you are an investor yourself. It's a great platform with lots of incredible stuff.
Mark's comment's fun. He turns it around. I think he's talking about phone calls, right?
Yeah, totally.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yep, totally. Yep.
Okay, quick look at mortgage rates. They're coming down. They're still continuing down. I think I have the wrong view here. I was looking at this volatility index thing, but let's go to the regular rate. So yeah, down another 0.06% in the last day or so. We're down in the southern side of 6.5. So definitely let your people know in your database that now might be an opportunity.
Yeah.
Interest rate rates.
Totally.
Anything on the mortgage front, Josh, with Virtual Mortgage Partners team or Nexa? Any interesting programs? Yep.
Well, I put out a couple of pieces of content this weekend. You can find them on my socials, a couple of short form videos, and even some. I was playing around with, something more on the meme side of things. In fact, I'll highlight that. So I put out, I love Seinfeld, and so it was a soup Nazi meme that said "No mortgage for you," and the text with it was, have you recently been turned down for a mortgage? If so, would you be interested in getting a second opinion? Have someone take a second look. And so I'll throw that out to all of you. If you guys have anybody in your database, or even you personally have been recently turned down, it doesn't hurt to have somebody take a second look. And oftentimes what we find is people are turned down because they were working with a direct lender,
Local credit union,
or a local credit union, and they didn't fit into their boxes, which if they do, sometimes there can be a better deal at those local establishments. But in most cases, when they don't, there are still other options. I was email chatting with a potential client. She emailed late last night. I emailed her back this morning. And she said, I'm looking at the houses. I really want to do something, but my credit stinks. And I said, well, my credit stinks. I don't know if I'd qualify. I'm working with a credit restoration company. She's actually working with Lexington Law. And so I asked where she's at currently, and it was in the lower fives. And I said, well, actually, it is possible for you to qualify at that number. I can't guarantee that you can, but we do have programs where you may qualify at that number. But ideally, once you get to 580 plus, we have other options as well. And then I mentioned that we offer free credit direction. And I wasn't negative about Lexington Law, but I pointed out that Lexington Law is only focused on getting your credit score up, but not from the mortgage perspective, right? And as odd as that may seem, there are things that some of these credit repair companies do that don't help you in qualifying for a mortgage. We're providing free credit direction from a mortgage perspective. How can we improve or positively impact your credit to open you up to the most mortgage opportunities possible? Anyway, really long rant there, but if you or any of your clients or possible clients have been turned down and you want to chat, you want a second look, schedule a time to chat, call, text, email me. You can find me very easily, and we'd love the chance to work with you. And along those lines, got a great referral from Tony Underwood this weekend. He saw one of my short form videos. He commented on LinkedIn. Then we had a LinkedIn message exchange. He referred us a client that he was working with, and we have him he called me on Saturday. We have him pre-approved. He's buying 2 properties, one for himself and one for his mom to live in.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And not like the perfect borrower profile, but we're able to help him regardless.
So Josh, I just took your post about, it had your contact info at the bottom, but I chopped that off.
Yeah.
And it's in our images library. We're gradually adding some stuff in here. So if you guys ever if you want to grab this and just post it like Josh did and just say, hey, there might be hope if you've got turned down for a mortgage in the past, reach out. You start the conversation and get it over to our mortgage team and see where things go.
Just a full look under the hood here. I made that with Canva.
Yeah.
I was sitting in my family room Saturday afternoon watching the one of the Final Four games, and we're also like our focus is all, but I'm kind of watching it. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, you know what? I'll throw something together here and see what happens. I made it a Canva post. And one of my hacks for when I'm posting, whether it's short form video content or things like that, is I use my notes app. And I've got like several sort of templates that I create a new note. I copy and paste that template, and I, add whatever sort of hook or question or whatever that I want to put at the end. It's got my contact info required on the mortgage side, and it's got a bunch of hashtags, and bing, out it goes. And I did the same thing. I did that one, and I did.
You did it from your phone?
What's that?
Did you do that from your phone?
Oh yeah, I do it all from my phone. Yep.
Awesome.
Because here's the thing. Here's the hack. Like if I do it from my phone, Pam doesn't think I'm working. She just thinks I'm wasting time on social media.
Yes.
But if I have my laptop out, she's like, "What are you working on? Why are you working? It's Saturday afternoon."
I have experienced this.
Yeah. So anyway, that was a terrible impression. That was not an impression of Pam. That was anyway. You can do stuff like that. Like and again, yes, I am a licensed mortgage originator. You don't have to be. Like you're just pointing out stuff it's knowledge. It's common knowledge to us, but sometimes not even common knowledge to us. Like when I mentioned that FHA you can qualify with 500 plus on one of these shows early on, Ryan was like, "Oh, really? I didn't even know." So when you point that stuff out, it creates conversation opportunities. And in fact, I'm totally forgetting. I got somebody that direct messaged from that. As well, not even the one that I mentioned, the referral from Tony Underwood. So just do stuff. I was listening. Here's why I did that. Honestly, here's why I posted that and did the Soup Nazi meme, which that's on my NMLS page. I didn't post that on my personal profile. I was listening to a Gary V video, and he just was. The whole point was just post more shit, man. Just put more stuff out there. Just post more. Put more out. So it got me a little fired up.
I always notice an uptick. Sometimes I'll notice an uptick of PMs from realtors in particular in my Facebook. And I'm like, why? Why are you guys reaching out? I was like, oh crap, I've been posting. I got to stop posting. Just kidding. Yeah. The activity creates activity for sure.
So, Ryan mentioned during that rant there about, short form video and so forth. We're actually doing part 2 of our Monday marketing mastermind on short form video at 11 a.m. Eastern. So right at the top of the hour, if you're watching this live, you can join me at growwithjosh.com/huddle, growwithjosh.com/huddle. I am going to, or at least I intend to, create one end to end and actually be a driving tour with my talking head where I have the raw stuff. And we're going to do it end to end and post it on all the platforms. And for those that were there last week, we have a checklist we've put together. We have the replay, etc., from all of that. So
cool. So just a few housekeeping updates.
Yep.
The Google call campaigns. This isn't really housekeeping, but I've been talking about this, and I've been expecting that the price per call would start to trend down, Josh, on this. So what this is, to refresh everybody's memory, this is a Google ad that just focuses on getting people to call in. So the ad looks like this. You see here,
hold on,
chat with great agent.
Hold on.
Ad, oh, sorry. Thank you.
There we go.
The ad literally says chat with a great agent from Forever Florida Real Estate Now. So they know they're calling to talk to a local realtor. They're searching local terms. And where we've got to this, Josh, I think when I started, it was around $30 for a 15 or 30-second phone call. I need to check. And you'll notice there's 25 conversions here. So 25 people have called directly into the office. And about half of them haven't stayed on through the threshold. We've gotten 50 calls total. And for whatever reason, maybe it's the wrong time of day, things like that. Those calls have not lasted long enough. So key takeaways, we're going to be showing you how to do this in the most efficient way.
I'm the next.
You're the next guinea pig.
Test case. We're going to get that set up for me today or tomorrow, and I should have some personal feedback and data, and be able to talk specifically, what these calls look like, sound like, etc. by the end of the week on here. So
just know it is possible to get people calling you directly in. Another thing going on. What do we got next? The transaction list, direct mail, double tap. We'll have that on the site today. I started putting it on this morning, but I don't have it done. But Josh's transaction list campaign. Do you want to show that in thanks? Did you send it?
Yeah.
You did send it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, hold on. Let me log in so we don't have to wait for me to log into it.
Yeah. And then while Josh is getting that, I'll just mention I spent Saturday between soccer tournaments here, building out the affiliate sharing, social sharing module. It seems like a small thing on the site, but it took me a way long time. But anyway, if you're logged in to the Wake Up site, you'll see your affiliate link to share the page, but you also notice these little shaking icons for socials, and you can share any piece of content on the site, and anybody who signs up for the Wake Up site will be tied to you for life. And we'll eventually be kind of like selling a membership or courses. We're figuring that out, but you'll earn commissions on that for the life of that person you refer. So we're trying to share with you for sharing us, I guess is the way to put it, right, Josh?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
incentivize you all to help spread what we're doing here. Yeah.
Yep.
Totally.
Yeah, you're all familiar with affiliate programs. A lot of you are at real estate companies that incentivize, for lack of a better word, attraction or recruiting. Similar idea here.
Totally.
All right.
Totally.
So you have your campaign.
Yeah. So this is pretty cool. I'm really excited to see what happens when these hit. The idea here, we had been talking about this last week, actually, I think for the last week and a half. This is an example card that's going out in my market in the township I live in to 706 recipients. It's a combination of my direct neighborhood, the subdivision I live in, and then I used Remine to identify other homes in the township with a high sell score. So I sort of created that merged list. And this is the postcard, or the first postcard anyway, that's going out. Ugly yellow front. I know from doing direct mail since the mid 2000s that the ugly yellow front works. This is not what Ryan had sent. Ryan's test in Gulfport was the white front. I think you're fine either way. It may just be personal preference. What makes this a winning proposition is it's their property and the QR code call to action, and directly telling them to scan the QR code. And then the back
it appears to be branding to the orange on your EXP logo. Is that right? When you set up the branding in Thanks, the scan me and the QR code?
Well, it's supposed to see, when I did the branding thing, all of this was supposed to be orange.
Yeah.
You mentioned that the branding builder is still a little buggy.
Well, not only that, you're looking at the preview. I don't know that our previews one-for-one match what actually goes out for those things, but yeah, just know that there's a branding tool in Thanks.io that kind of matches your aesthetic, and it does it very quickly. I thought this looked short,
and it looks great. Like, it looks great. Before, to do this, okay, if you're watching this, what I'm circling around in the middle here, to do this before, you had to make your own template in Canva, and it was not fun. It was a pain. Now they've made it really easy, and this looks way better than the template that I had created. It just looks cleaner, more professional. I love the fact that there's like the highlighted sort of corners. It draws your eye to that QR code.
Oh, the scan rates jumped drastically the last few months since we launched that. It's really converting well. Yeah,
it's not surprising. So what we'll do is as those start to land, which will be this week sometime, we'll keep you up to date on what's going on, not only with how many people are responding, but what we'll do with those people as responding. In fact, we got to build out some of that so we don't have to do it all manually. And that was it was one of those things where all you have to do is stay ahead of the game a little bit, right? Just stay ahead of things before they start hitting. So
we're gonna put that walkthrough on the site, Josh, later today.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
How that was created.
Yep.
All right. So I think we're getting toward the end here. Just some of that stuff. Do you have any plugs or things you want to talk about? We all have a short show today. That's fine by me.
Yeah. Listen, I got so much stuff, and with the kids being home virtual, I was trying to figure out Google Meet, and then some audio issue with Zoom on my other daughter's page. So the shameless plug, the main thing I have is just, come hang out again at 11 if you're interested in short form video content. We'll be doing the deep dive, growwithjosh.com/huddle, growwithjosh.com/huddle. And we've got lots of other cool stuff coming this week. We'll have an update on the call ads. We'll have an update on what's happening with those postcards. We do have, I'll be having a live mortgage session later in the week as well around, I forget which one we have for this week. next week is short-term rental financing options, but I can't remember what this one is, but we'll have more information on that later in the week.
Just a quick question from Soledad while we're still here. For the detailed report you mentioned on the postcard, is a home valuation you generate?
Yes. And so that we talked about that on episode 34 last week. So I will send them an RPR mini report. And then they will also go into Home IQ. So they'll get their My Home IQ report. And they'll also go into KV Core, and we'll fully dispo them in there. So we'll have their name, email, phone number, their address. We'll get them set up on a market update in KV Core as well. So they're going to get multiple touch points, but all from a value perspective, right? Interesting, valuable information. Like if they scan the QR code, they're interested in what's going on with real estate in the township, and we're going to make good on that.
Yeah. And then on the short-term video thing Josh is doing in his huddle today. Yeah, you've been posting all that stuff, haven't you?
Yeah. So Lance, what we've been doing with those is that's in a Zoom room, because those are more interactive. That's in a Zoom room. We record those, then we clip it, because there's some banter at the beginning, sharing wins and so forth. We clip that, and we've been putting that on the Wake Up Real Estate channel, and then just making it public or live later in the week. So that went live. Last week's session went live Saturday morning. And in the description with that is the Google document with a checklist and some additional, I answered some questions that had come in and some additional resources as well. And we'll do the same with today's session as well.
Yeah, and all this stuff, guys, is at www.wakeup.realestate. Right on the homepage, you'll just see all the latest stuff in a running stream if you ever need to find anything. And, of course, look at the navigation. So, Josh, let's call it a day. You got to get to those kids. I got a ton to do.
One last thing, Winifred, the QR code on the front and back are going to the same place. Now, the cool thing is, though, you could have them go different places and have different calls to action. I didn't on this one. I will probably send a postcard to this same audience 2 or 3 weeks from now that there may be differing offers. So stay tuned on that. You can do either or. In that case, it was the same. The QR code is going to the same place in both instances. Okay.
Awesome.
Hey, everybody get to work. Let's make it a killer week. The sun's shining here this morning. Bring back wins tomorrow, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here. Same time, same place, same YouTube channel. So like, comment, subscribe, share, and if you're listening on podcasts, subscribe, rate, and review. See you tomorrow.
See you later, guys.